All right, I'm gonna try to make this video as simple as possible, so we're gonna get right into it. So the question is, what is dropshipping? What is it? What does it mean? What's it about? And how can we use dropshipping to create money? Because that is the end goal of dropshipping. So, dropshipping is when we, the business owner, want to get a product. It's when we, the business owner, want to get a product. This is going to be our product. To buyers that want our product to purchase it, obviously, and we want to get them said product right here without having it even in our hand. So this is the product, and we're selling it to people without ever having it in our own hand, directly to the buyer. This is the buyer. His name is Timmy, if you're wondering. Because Timmy wants to give us our money because he absolutely loves this product that we are selling. Now, for drop shipping, we're typically sourcing things at wholesale prices for items that are attention grabbers. People see them and they go, ooh, I want that. I want to buy that with my money, obviously, right? So we've got our people that want to buy our products. They see it, they like it, and we're sourcing it at wholesale prices. Wholesale prices, right? So the baseline of drop shipping is that we are going to be getting customers to buy our product that we don't actually have in hand. So we're shipping it directly from the manufacturer. This is the manufacturer. You can tell it's a building with smoke. It has to be manufacturer, right? So this is the manufacturer. They're the original. We're gonna go manu for short. Original manufacturer. They make the item and they want to sell us the item for $5 US. Okay, they want to sell it for $5. And this item, it's pretty cool. We think it can do well. We're already testing it out. We've made, organic videos on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, whatever, about said product. And people are liking it and they want to buy it. And we want to sell it to them at a profit. So we're going to sell this $5 product for, let's say, $10 or even $15. Okay? So we get our sales ahead of time. So we have this little Timmy come along and he gives us money. And this is the money he gives us. Us, right? This is us. He gives us his money. He pays us $15 because he wants to buy our product that he saw on, let's say he saw it on TikTok. Okay? So he gives us our $15 and he wants to buy our product. Well, right away we turn around and we give $5 to the original manufacturer that is selling us that product. And right there, we just turned a profit of $10 that we're gonna profit. We're gonna order from the OG manufacturer directly to Timmy, right? Timmy just paid us $15, and we are ordering directly from the OG manufacturer to Timmy. So Timmy paid $15 for a $5 product. That means we are going to be profiting $10, and then we're factoring in cost of goods. We're going to go COGS. So cost of goods, it's not going to be the full $10 after we pay taxes and a few other fees, but that's the baseline. So now the question becomes with the red marker, obviously, how can we scale and make big money dropshipping? Bam, you with me? How can we scale and make big money dropshipping? Well, number one is the most important. Item has to be desired. If it's not desired, we're not going to make any money because no one wants it. If no one wants it, there's no money, it's not going to sell. Okay? So, figuring out how an item is desired. There's 3 ways to target that. The first way is fixing an issue. Fixing an issue, okay? Let's say it's summer. And in summer, where I live at least, it is very hot. Very hot. Okay? So, what's the issue? Well, people are hot. It's summer, they're sweaty, they're hot, they're uncomfortable. Well, what's things we can fix in the hot summer? Well, we could have portable AC. That could be, like a clip-on fan, a handheld fan that plugs into a smartphone, a battery-charged one. People are hot. We want to make them cold. That is fixing their issue. Getting rid of hot, making them no longer hot. They're going to be cold. That's an item that's going to be desirable. We're fixing an issue. There's other ways to target that. In the summer, it's hot. They sweat a lot. Sweat. They're sweating. Well, what could we sell them? Anti-sweat. I'm just going to say deodorant. Okay? We can sell them anti-sweat deodorant. That's another way to fix that. Another way additionally would be, it's summer, they're hot, they're uncomfortable, in whatever clothes, so we sell really thin t-shirts. So they can wear t-shirts and be as cool as possible. Super cool. All right, cool and cool. Not hot and then cool and look cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Thin t-shirts, portable ACs, anti-sweat deodorant. We're fixing an issue. The second way is creating an issue. This is creating an issue and targeting the solution of said issue that they didn't know they actually had. Let's say we target a self-esteem category. Here's one I saw, for example. Small forearms. This is your forearm, right? Is your forearms. So targeting small forearms and then telling people, oh, you have small forearms and your forearms are going to look bad this summer because they're usually wearing short sleeves or tank tops, whatever. So they're going to look bad this summer because they have small forearms. And they didn't know they had this issue. But now that we made this content and we're highlighting this small forearm issue that they just found out they have, they're like, oh no, I have small forearms. How can I fix that? Well, we sell them a grip trainer. I'm sure you've seen them. The squeezable ones with tension, the balls, the spread ones, everything. Those target grip, yes, and forearm. So we're creating an issue they didn't know they had, which is small forearms. Oh shoot, now they want to fix the said issue that we created they didn't even know they had, because we're targeting their self-esteem by personally calling them out. And then if they had large forearms, most likely they wouldn't be interested in our product, whatever. And they want our grip trainer. So they go buy our grip trainer. How else could we target small forearms? Maybe a small forearms. We could also target small forearms with another device, that does some similar increase, whatever. So that's the second way. And the third way is targeting insecurity. Now this kind of ties into the second way with my example, because my example was small forearms. Well, they didn't know they had small forearms. We're highlighting that, but also they already could know, and it's an insecurity they have. And if they already know, we're targeting insecurity. So that could be acne. Acne is a huge one. And we have some magic face wash, something that gets rid of acne really well. And it's got face wash. So they've got acne. They're self-conscious about it. Obviously, they've got pimples everywhere, whatever. So we sell them our magic face wash. It actually works well. We've got peer reviews. It's popular. Make some content about it. Yada yada. Okay. Another example would be pale skin. That's an insecurity, right? Pale skin. Some parts of the world they like pale skin. A lot of the Western countries, like the U.S., people don't like pale skin. So we sell them a tanning lotion. I'm just gonna say tanning. Actually, I'll put the whole thing. Tanning lotion. Okay, we sell them a tanning lotion. One example I saw recently is called Bro Glow. So Bro Glow, their whole marketing strategy is super smart. Here's Bro Glow, right? Bro Glow made a tanning lotion, but their lotion targeted men. Now, most of the tanning lotions on the market are marketed towards women. So Bro Glow came in, charged a premium, their product costs more because it's specifically marketed towards men. It's supposed to be masculine. It's supposed to be not ladylike and lame to use. It's supposed to be made for men. So they charge more. They market specifically towards men, and it's called Bro Glow. So it's made for men. It's masculine tanning lotion. It's the same exact thing that women have been using forever, but it's marketed differently. So they targeted insecurity, which is men being pale. But men, normally, before this brand came along, probably were not going to use tanning lotion. And now once this brand came along, they built that, hey, it's okay. You're safe here. You can use Bro Glow. So for that, they're super smart. They know what they're doing. So those are the three ways we can create a sellable product or source sellable product or know what to sell, right? So moving on from there, we do our market research. Market research. All right, we're looking things up. And with market research, we're finding out a specific topic, how frequently it is looked up, how many viewers a month are viewing the eyeballs, boom, boom, the topic. Now, you can use Google keywords, you can use, helium-10, jungle scout for Amazon, those kind of things, or you can just look around on like TikTok and see like hashtags and that kind of stuff, and Instagram hashtags, how often things are being posted, do your own general research. But if there's super low, so we're gonna call it searches, but that's, people looking it up, everything is all into that word searches. If it's super low, oops, got all turned. We already know if the topic that we're interested in has really low searches, either one, hasn't been marketed correctly yet, so it still has potential, but no one's came along and marketed it right. Like Bro Glow is an example of the good marketing, Two, there's no demand. These are products that are going to not sell well. Or three, it is too new. And too new is not immediately an X. Too new can actually be a check mark. Too new comes along and no one has really thought of it, attempted it, marketed it, or really got the word out there about said product. But with too new, it's not immediately an X. It can easily be a check, a go-to. And an example of too new would be, guess what it is, guess what it is, guess what it is. Guess what it is? You probably didn't guess it. Mouth tape. Looks like a guy with his mouth open, but it's actually supposed to be mouth tape. So mouth tape came along, and when it first came along, no one knew what it was really, because it hadn't been marketed. It was too new. People were looking at it like, what is this? Right away though, what did it do? It went on fire. That's a terrible flame. I'm gonna make it red because it's so bad. Totally better. All right, so mouth tape came along. People learned about it. They saw it on Joe Rogan. They saw it a couple other places. You know, the first one I think was hostage tape. And right away it went on fire because it was so new. No one knew about it. And yeah, it just from there they exploded it. So too new is not a bad thing. But once we found the product, then it goes to our marketing. And I'm not saying you're gonna find a right product, even if you follow all the steps I laid out, because there's a lot of products that seem good and just aren't, or if you don't market them correctly, or have your website set up correctly, or yada, 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 they're still not gonna do well. So marketing is very important. We have two types of marketing. We have organic, and we have paid. So paid, what does it take? Bam, money. What does organic take? Right here. Guess what I'm drawing? Okay, it's supposed to be a clock. It takes time. Organic takes time. If you have a lot of time, but not a lot of money, go organic. If you have a lot of money, but not a lot of time, go paid. What's the difference? Paid, you can target metrics. Organic is the algorithm deciding what you're targeting, you know, what audience. But you can actually simultaneously pay and do organic. We're going to call the eyeballs organic. You can do both. There doesn't have to be one or the other. You can do both of them together. You can run paid ads and organic. But if your website is not pretty, you know, high converting, big buy now buttons, easy checkout, you're not going to have sales. So if your website sucks, don't expect sales. If your paid ads suck, don't expect them to convert. You're just gonna be wasting money down the drain, you know. This is the toilet right here. Can you tell the toilet? Yeah. They're gonna flush your money down the drain if your paid ads stink. If your organic content stinks, it's not gonna get views. So, now that you've learned what drop shipping is, and you are the smartest person alive now, drop shipping. Bam, now we learned what it is. We read the book, you know? This is the book of drop shipping. We read the whole book. We know what it is. We read all the lines. We learned the basics. Now we want to execute. So from there, we do all our research, we decide what we're gonna do, and we launch. If you want to learn a way that I drop ship directly myself, I have a video called, well, this is not actually what it's called, but it's Depop dropshipping. And I made a full 21-minute video on Depop dropshipping, and I called it How to Print Money with, you guessed it, Depop dropshipping. That's the video's title. If you want to learn how I directly utilize dropshipping through a platform called Depop organically, completely for free, I have a full 21-minute video on that. And if you'd like to learn more, go give that video a watch, go comment, drop a like, drop a subscription. I'd appreciate it greatly. I'm going to keep making more videos like this. If you like this drawing and talking format, drop it in the comments. Tell me you do. I'll make more like this. Peace.